Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's up? Welcome back to another episode where we today are going to talk about yours truly, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. The best way to help out the channel and help out myself for these videos is to give a like on this video, press that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't yet for future content, and definitely hit that bell notification. That way you know when I'm coming out with stuff. Trying to make videos twice a week, all right? I'll bump that up if you'd like me to. And the next best way to help out the channel is definitely leave some comments. I'd love to get engagement from you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, anything you want me to make videos about, or anything you don't understand. Let me know. That way I can help you out with some videos. If you can crack one, please do. And if you can't, I'll drink one for you. Today's is a Mother Tucker Brewery. It's called Honey Cream. Had some of this last night. I loved it. Was going to continue it for today's video. Let's get started. All right, first things first, we'll come to Coinmarketcap.com. You guys know how much I love this site. We're sitting at a $1.4 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is sitting at 887 billion. Current price, 47,500. So we've come up a little bit from that dip. We are slightly down a little bit for the last hour, for the last 24 hours. Maybe making our way back down. I don't really think so. I still think that we're gonna try to finish out this triangle pattern here. So I think before we come back down and touch this bottom level, maybe getting into this rectangle zone that I'm looking to buy, I'm thinking we're gonna go up, touch this somewhere before we fall back down. But Bitcoin dominance back up to 61%, so we gained a percentage there, but definitely something I check out every single day, right? First thing I notice is Cardano's in third place today, ranking number 3 at $1.20 per coin. Polkadot sitting at 6. Binance Coin down about $100 from its all-time high, right? $232 right now. Definitely some things to look into, right? Litecoin, Chainlink, Stellar, Dogecoin up to that 15 mark. Monero's back up to 19. Binance USD, nothing at all. And then, Neo, this is funny, man. Neo's up to $36. This was a coin I looked at and checked up on a lot. I bought a good amount of it back in 2017. So if this continues to pump, make its all-time highs back again, that would be awesome. But there's definitely some coins in here you guys should check out. If you haven't yet, you just click on them. Takes you straight to the website, YouTube it, do your own research. I will get into a different video another time letting you know what kind of altcoins I like to dig in, what kind of that I'm buying, what kind I'm accumulating on. But this is just one of the daily things I check out, right? Some news for us we're gonna bounce into. Bitcoin could become the currency of choice for international trade, says Citibank. So Citi researchers believe Bitcoin could evolve into an international trade currency, and that would be awesome, something we've been talking about for a while, right? And they are barely coming out and telling us this. So let's see, they had a really good thing here. And the role of a global trade currency could be used by importers and exporters to pay for goods and services directly, simplifying the process of international trade. A decentralized cryptocurrency may be preferred to a central bank digital currency, it argues, because no government outside entity can take steps that might affect the supply of the trade currency, helping to decouple trade from political considerations. Now, the report that came out, Bitcoin at the tipping point, basically the authors forecast that Bitcoin's core properties combined with its global reach and neutrality can see it morph into the currency of choice for international trade in around 7 years. So imagine 2028, global trade of choice currency would be Bitcoin. And that's just really cool to see Citibank do. It's cool to see a lot of these banks and big institutions come out and say these things, because for years they've been saying that, it's gonna go to zero, it doesn't have any intrinsic value. All right, so this one is interesting. JP Morgan says investors can put 1% of their portfolio in Bitcoin despite calling it a poor hedge. So back in 2017, it was called the poorest hedge, basically. By Jamie Dimon at JP Morgan. Now you're getting into things like the investment bank has come a long way since the CEO, Jamie Dimon, called the cryptocurrency a fraud back in September of 2017. Earlier this month, JP Morgan's co-president, Daniel Pinto, said that he is certain the demand for Bitcoin will be there at some point. The executive confirmed if over time an asset class develops that is going to be used for many different asset managers and investors, we will have to be involved. Moreover, the firm's analysts have predicted that Bitcoin's price could reach $146,000 as the cryptocurrency's competition with gold heats up. $146,000 Bitcoin's not a bad Bitcoin, but that's not the all-time high that we're looking for, right? We're looking for that $288,000, the $400, $500, $1 million Bitcoin. And I know it sounds crazy, but the more you dig into it, the more you learn about it, the more you understand it, which is what I'm trying to get you guys to do, you will see the full potential that Bitcoin holds. And this 146,000 prediction that they're talking about right now is realistically more the price before the end of 2021, not the final price. So once again, it's very interesting to hear these banks and institutions say this, right? They've been knocking it down for so long. One thing I do want to show you to kind of piggyback off of that is Plan B, okay? Not the pill, Plan Bitcoin. Came out with this years ago. Basically, it's a stock to flow model of Bitcoin, and it kind of tells you that where Bitcoin is at right now. So if you look at the previous kind of bull runs right here, right before the big parabolic moves, the prices are red, and then they turn orange, and then they get into the yellow once it's a little bit parabolic after the parabolic trend. So the one thing I do want to show you right now is that if you're looking at this, we are transitioning from that red to the orange. And what normally happens from that red to the orange mark? A big blast off, right? So if we go back to our chart here, that's kind of what I'm referring to in the last video when I'm saying there's going to be a giant bounce. And yes, we did touch the bottom of that. We did bounce up quite a bit back up to that 50 grand mark. That's not the bounce I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about when this is done being played out. Whenever this little small bear phase is done being played out, the bounce that we're gonna have is going to be ridiculous, right? Because that puts Bitcoin, and let's look at these other pictures that he's got here, because he's got some really good stuff. If you look at this model, it's basically showing you we're maybe 50% to the point that we should probably be at after the end of this parabolic move. So I mean, at minimum, it's $100,000, right? The price usually goes above this gray line here. So anywhere from $100,000 probably to $288,000, I think is what he was saying on a picture. But this is a really good stock to flow model to kind of look at, right? Because right after this parabolic move that happens, somewhere in that 2022 zone, we're going to have that probably multiple year bear market before we continue to go back up to $1 million Bitcoin somewhere 2026. Looks kind of crazy, right? If you're just looking at it on this Bitcoin daily stock to flow and price model. But he's got some really cool stuff. So if you're on Twitter, follow Plan B, check him out. A lot of good stuff. And I've been talking about Twitter every now and again. Go through all the people I follow. A lot of the people that I follow are in the crypto space. They're in the trading space. They're in the Bitcoin space. So if you're looking to get more leverage, more knowledge on all that stuff, definitely look into that. Here is one more awesome freaking person by awesome person. He's not somebody I really inspire to be or like. In fact, I think he's a real dickhead, and he can kind of get what he wants to do done without being such a mean guy. In nice terms. I'm trying not to cuss for the YouTube algorithm, right? But Kevin O'Leary, aka Mr. Wonderful, he's on Shark Tank with Mark Cuban, and both now are in Bitcoin. They're both in cryptocurrency. So the one thing I wanted to say is he's going to be putting a 3% portfolio allocation into it. And then his last tweet the other day says, every operating company I'm an investor in is having this guy's name is Daniel, moment regarding putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Changes in the regulatory environment have changed my mind about participating. And this is, once again, another guy for years who has said Bitcoin doesn't have any value. It's not going to do anything. And now you see all these guys putting anywhere from what he's putting 3, some people putting 15%, some people putting more into their crypto portfolio, right? So it's just a really, really cool thing to say and see. But it's kind of crazy because we were all telling these guys and throwing the little jabs at them, poking them at $700, at $1,000, at $200, at $10,000. Now that we're up to $50,000, they have a different idea about it. And by the way, the banks and stuff that have been saying all of this, like in 2017 when Jamie Dimon says that it was a fraud, of course they were buying back then. Of course they were looking into it. All of the banks were, all of the institutions were. A lot of them now are finally starting to come out and say that. Because if you were to look at their 10Ks back in the day, in 2017-ish, it would tell you what they were doing. And one of the big things that I remember is they used to write in there that cryptocurrency, Bitcoin specifically, was an issue for them. So, in regards to all of that, I kind of want to show you, now this is not, of course, my full Bitcoin portfolio. First off, would never show you that. Second off, never hold it inside of your exchange, right? So I only have $927 in here. Every time it gets to about 1,000, I transfer my funds back into my Ledger cold storage wallet. I would advise you guys to do the same thing. But the only reason why I'm showing you this is because if you guys haven't got into it yet, if you haven't started, I hope you do. I hope that I can help you out and get you on the right track to get that going. So a lot of people, their first question is, well, how do I buy? My favorite place is Coinbase. I've used them for years. And they've only steered me wrong once. They didn't make me leave. I kept staying, and I like them. I like them. Sometimes things happen wrong, but they're good. So I do use Coinbase. They're a great company. Like I said, once I get up to $1,000, I send my crypto all the way to my cold storage wallet. Some of my other friends like Gemini. This is the Winklevoss twins. They made this one. And I've never used it. I do have an account with them. I have never used it. They also are going to be doing a Bitcoin credit card. And you get cash back in Bitcoin. So it's just going to be a credit card, but you get cash back in Bitcoin. So for some people, that's going to be a great option, right? Here it is right here, the Gemini credit card. Earn up to 3% cash back in Bitcoin or every cryptos on every purchase. So I did ask to be a part of that, but Gemini is great. And then if you're looking to expand your horizons, you can also get Bitcoin on this. This is Binance.us. Please make sure it's the US unless you're using a VPN. You can use the original Binance account. But basically you can get anything on here, almost anything, right? Especially a bunch of these other coins and tokens that you might be looking at. Ethereum, Cardano, Binance, Tether, Polkadot, XRP, Litecoin, Chainlink, Stellar, all of that stuff, Doge, is all on Binance as well. So if you're looking to kind of get into that altcoin market and trade a little bit of that, there's a lot of different places you can go. Kraken's one of them, Bybit is one of them. I've just always used Binance. I like it. Same reason why I continue to go back to Coinbase. So, if you're looking to buy, those are the 3 places that I would tell you to buy. Let me know if you have any questions about that. But back to the graph, back to the chart. Let's look at a couple things here. So, the RSI, still floating kind of medium range, sitting at that 51. Still waiting for this MACD to cross. So, you know that it's not particularly the best. It is a great buying moment, of course, because it is at a cheaper price right now, 47. And I do want to say, I had a limit buy set at 42.9. So I was really looking for that bottom $43,000 level right here. It didn't hit that trade. It was super, super close when the wick came down. And to be honest with you, I'm not certain we're going to hit that exact spot. So I did cancel that trade. I threw half of what I was going to put in at 43,000 in at 44,000, so I barely missed my spot. But I did put half of it in. I'm waiting to put in the other half until it gets back down to these lower levels, and it may jump back into this box, it may not. I really am looking for that yellow line touch for the Bollinger Band there. But it looks good, right? It's not crashing, it's not falling, it's not pumping really hard. It's kind of just chilling, taking its time, filling out this triangle, and doing what is not only necessary, but healthy. So, the charts are basically staying the same, guys. I just want to finish out this little paradigm here of this triangle. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hopefully this video has provided you with some value. Hopefully it's been fun. I haven't even been able to drink this yet. But please, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know how I can help you. Somebody's calling me right now. Not going to answer that, of course. But really appreciate you guys' time. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment. That way I can put out some future content for you guys that hopefully will provide some value. Hopefully everybody has a great day. Be an awesome, kind person. And we will see you next time. Peace out.